right, Vibes in 5, Ghana's first social media celeb talk show. We're coming to you from Vibes in 5 TV studios, located at Anya NIC off the Awoshi Pokwase Highway. My name is Arnold Mensa. You can always call me, bro, you see me? Bro, you see me? We're sponsored by Plano Customer. Plano Customer is your online marketing app. You actually can sell and buy using Plano Customer. So first of all, download it right now. Get on Google Play Store or App Store. Download the app and do all your businesses on there. It is safe and convenient. You can actually ask that whatever you buy from the platform is delivered to you at the comfort of your home. We also have the Green Select device. Green Select allows you to test your blood sugar content level as frequent as possible. And so if you're diabetic, Green Select device is good for you. 300 Ghana cedis only, and it's distributed by Costless Ventures. So get in touch with them and get your device. African Resources, they are into fresh flowers, gifts, and roses of all colors. So go to Spintex Road, Palace Shopping Mall, Spintex Road branch. Yes, Palace Shopping Mall, Spintex Road branch, and buy your fresh flowers, very organic, from African Resources shop. And finally, ESK Collections is into makeup and beaded accessories. So your beaded bags, your necklaces, and whatever it is, you need special makeup for your photo shoots. Contact ESK Collections any day, anytime, and you are sorted. My guest is called Wizla Finito. Hard guy, die-hard Shatta Movement fan who has been blocked anyway. I need to make it clear. Man in charge of Fala Nation, coming all the way from the UK, and he's decided to grace Vibes in 5. So we're going to be having a very long conversation, very emotional one as well. So get ready for that. Wizla, you're welcome back to Ghana. I mean, the last time we met was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Rain album.
Yes, Rain album, yeah. 2 years ago.
Xylophone,
Xylophone FM, yes, Link Up, Reloaded. Yeah. And you're welcome. There's a lot we need to talk about, man. A lot. But first of all, when did you touch base?
Last Sunday.
Last Sunday. Yeah. So it's been just a week.
A week, yeah.
It's just a week.
Yeah, a week. A week and some days. Like
and
one
some
day.
days. It is what it is.
Oh, man. No, last Sunday. So
last Sunday.
No,
so
not this just gone Sunday. The Sunday before this.
Before the last one. So it's almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 weeks. But are your guys aware that you're in town? A die-hard guy, SM movement,
Some knows I did town, some know.
Some no. How about your man himself, Wale? Have you spoken to him? Have you met him?
Wale there, I don't meet him yet.
Right.
Well, I'm just hoping possibly if we go meet before
you go. Because I know there's been some issues here and there to the point where he's blocked you on social media, plus plenty, matters. Maybe we have to get into what led to you being blocked, because you've done a lot for the movement. I'm sure you've been part of the movement for several years. You even have this tattoo on your chest. It means that you are a die-hard movement guy. Man. That's the love. So how come such a person like you got blocked? You lose stock.
Well, for me, no, I'm not stuck. I feel like it's a family thing. You understand? Family comes with emotions.
Right.
And for me, I feel like Wale being the head, felt like he's been hurt in a way, and then he had to take decisions. But for me, I was honest with him when he contacted me.
Okay.
And I told him, look, you need to solve this problem, because it's not like a problem we know if you solve, and this be family.
Right.
So make it solve the family, because the very early of the year he said we're going all out. So for me, all out means we need every single body on board.
Right.
We don't need disintegration. We don't need divisions among us.
Right.
So for me, from my side, my point of view, I thought that would have been, but for him, he made his decision based on what he thought and his emotional distance.
What decision are you talking about? What specifically?
Well, for me, I would say to begin with, Wale got hurt because I posted Joint 77's music on my wall. And Wale, according to him, I shouldn't be posting Joint 77's music on my wall.
On your wall.
And I felt like, for me, I haven't got any problem with Joint 77. Joint is a brother.
Right.
And for me, if Wale has got issues with Joint, they need to patch things up, because this is family.
Right.
And if my two brothers are fighting, I should rather put in an effort to bring them together rather than actually standing behind one to fight the other.
Right.
So for me, I felt like it was more of bringing the family together than to fight each other and all that, because we're dealing with so many things that people don't even know.
So that's the only reason he blocked you, because he asked you not to post joint 77's stuff on your wall.
Yeah.
But why didn't you just listen? I mean, if he's the king and he's the head of the movement and he tells you not to do something, I mean, just listen. Or isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Well, for me, I feel like I'm not living my life for Wale. I'm living my life for me.
Right.
Even though we are in a family,
right,
I feel like if I die today and God asks me, why did you have issues with your brother, which is joint 77, I can't tell him Wale said I should block him and I shouldn't talk to him. That's why I had issues with him.
Right.
I felt like, I have my call and I have to attend to it. Wale has his call and he's just doing his work.
Right.
So if he's got issues with joint, he should patch it up. But then, for me personally, we promoting music. We're not promoting behavior.
And did you explain it this way to Wale to know that, look, I don't have issues with joint. You have issues with him, and you are the king. Solve it so that you don't put me in trouble. Did you explain to him?
Well, I did my best. As I said earlier on, he contacted me and he was furious.
Right.
Because he didn't like the idea. Right. And at some point, he just thought that I was challenging him.
Right.
For me, I thought I wasn't. For me, I just thought I'm living my life, even though we are in a family. My two brothers, Wale is my brother, and Joint is my brother.
Right.
So if you're saying it wasn't even Joint alone,
right,
it was to do with Adiself, Natalie, and Joint.
Okay, there are three guys.
There are three guys
fired.
And from my point of view, from what issue Wale prevented, like for instance, Wale said the reason why he suspended Joint was basically because Joint went to take a visa without actually informing him.
Okay.
And
that's what he told you the problem.
That's what he said, basically. So for me, I was like, no. If it's not like he's gone to excuse me to say on your program to sleep with Shatta Movement.
Right.
And it's not because maybe like Deporty who sold cement and chopped the money and we know.
Right.
He didn't take your money, he didn't take your nothing. But it's just because you feel like he go take visa and tell you. I feel like it wasn't an issue to be an issue when the family is at the point of climbing the peak.
Right.
I thought this was an issue that we can just patch, make the family move on. So I wanted him, for me, I want the family to come together rather than disintegrating ourselves.
So after you got blocked, have you tried to reach him using other means?
Well, Wale is the type that you can't reach him.
Okay.
He reaches you when he wants to talk to you.
Okay.
For some reason, you can send him various audios and whatever. He will not reply you, but when he needs you, he will come out and contact you, which is okay. Right. I understand being an artist, which I myself, I am an artist.
Yeah.
I understand the nature of the job, how tedious it is. So usually me, I don't
those
go
things
to
you don't bother.
Yeah, I don't bother. But I didn't get in touch with him because I just didn't want to worry him. But he got in touch with me and we spoke.
Right.
And then things didn't.
So are you hurt he blocked you? Do you feel betrayed, disappointed? Do you feel any way negative about it?
For me, I feel like Wale has a lot to explain to the family, the entire Shatta Movement family.
He has a lot to explain.
And Wale needs to understand that loyalty is not just the fans being loyal to you. Your fans owe you loyalty and you owe them loyalty.
Right.
We owe you loyalty and you owe me loyalty. It's like family. It's like being married.
Right.
Let's say if it was to be in marriage, Wale is the husband.
Yeah.
And we
the wives.
The wives.
Right.
Fans.
Right.
So you can't say your wife should be loyal to you when you, the husband, ain't loyal to your wife.
Okay.
You owe your wife the loyalty while she owes you back the loyalty.
Yeah.
But when you're saying loyalty, preaching loyalty, and you are not proving it, being a leader, you have to prove it. I felt like being the father, he should have stood up and said, look, this is family thing. Nobody should hear about this. Let's just put it aside. We are in for all out. Let's push SM together. Let's push our project. That's what I thought.
So are you ready for a truce? Should he say, okay, Finito, come let's settle this thing, or pick up my call, let's settle this thing. Are you ready for that?
Wale be my brother access.
He's on your chest. I mean, I don't know if he's on your chest, man. Eddie, zoom in, let's see.
Wale be my brother.
Yeah.
He himself, he knows how much I love him.
Yeah.
You get, Wale knows how much I love him, and I will always love him. You get. So
have you got it?
Yeah.
Focus more and make we get them, because Ghanaians need to see that he's on your chest. Yet he blocked you. I mean, now you are in block factory. 6 inches block. And you're even planning to do more tattoos of him on your belly. Actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe I go.
So the love is deep.
No, I love him for real, from my heart. I got big love for him. I see him as a brother, as I said.
Yeah.
And as a brother, I can't fight my brother. And for me, whatever decisions he took, I understand. It happens even in our individual families.
Right.
We fight with our own
siblings,
blood brothers, which is real.
Right.
So if things like this happens in Shatta Movement, which I want everybody out there to know that Shatta Movement is not just an empire as they see. It's a big family. It's a family that flows through our veins.
Right.
And that blood pumps through our hearts and it beats. So when we say for life, we don't just mean for life, we mean it's our life. So if this is the case, Wale should do reassessment, sit down and see his position as a king, as a father of the empire, come back to the table, probably renegotiate with us. We are his children. That's what I would say. He should call us and sit down. Me, there is no day Wale will come to my inbox or call me and I will say no.
You won't respond.
You understand? Because when we say loyalty, it goes beyond what people actually put out there.
It's deeper than what they see.
It's a calling.
Right.
Loyalty, you owe it to the family.
Right.
And SM is a family, and I owe my loyalty to the family. So there is no way I would say, let's say my father, who is late now, if he was alive, will call me today and I will say, I'm not going home just because maybe my father slapped me or something. It won't make sense.
You have to go. So even after he blocked you, do you still push his works? Do you still, like you said, you owe the family loyalty. Are you still loyal to the family?
Yeah. And everybody on my social media huddle will testify to the fact that I've been very, very open when it comes to the one thing for sure is I don't want to take sides. These are my brothers having issues, and I don't want to stand behind Wale to fight Adiself or fight Joint 77 or fight Natalie. Because for one thing, my wife and my family, everybody, my daughter will testify. Natalie, me and him, we are like this each time I come to Ghana.
You are with him.
He's a brother that even when I'm not with Wale, I'm with him.
Right.
So for somebody like Natalie, when he moves his car, I move my car. When I move my car, he moves his car. And for Wale to tell me, block him, delete him and block him, and he's done nothing to me, I feel like, no. For what reason?
For what reason?
It just doesn't, for me, I don't know what other people think, but for me, it just doesn't make sense.
And that's why you took the manly decision you took, which led to you being blocked.
So fine. I push Wale, I push Adiself, I push Joint, I push myself in my music, my works, and I push Natalie as well, because I feel like the family can still come together. We need to keep the work going.
How many years have you invested in the family?
8 good years of my life.
8 good years of your life has been for the SM. I mean, supporting and pushing the agenda. And I gather you are the guy who set up the structure that they are enjoying. The SM structure.
And basically
the system.
Basically, the whole work is brain thing, and it's to do with social structures.
Right.
So me having done sociology, knowing what we can do, I started to build the structures like SM Divas, SM Women Empowerment, and all this Shatta Movement WhatsApp groups. I created the first Shatta Movement WhatsApp. While I didn't even know that
you had created a group.
We could use WhatsApp at the time, back in the, let's say 2015, to push a brand.
Right.
But for me, I was passionate. I got upset when the VGMA said they were not going to nominate him again. And I was like, no, only God can decide a man's fate,
right,
and not an individual in society
or an institution.
So for this reason, I was angry and I took it upon myself. Let's create the group. Let's bring the people we know together.
Yeah.
And let's push the work, even when Wale have got no clue what's going on.
And you started that.
And we started.
So how did people like Bilal Larry, Benissa Savior, man like Shatta Bobby Fushket, how did they all come on board?
Yeah, Fushket to begin with, Fushket is actually my recruit.
All right.
I recruited Fushket. He wasn't an SM soldier.
Right.
He wasn't an SM member. I called him at the time. Excuse me to say your viewers.
Oh, feel free.
When Wale and Sani Adams, brought the Omame track out. It was a whole lot of stuff. And me and Sani hails from the same town, which is Akwetia.
Right.
So I thought, if my brother is on the table, then we need to hold him down. So I called Fosket. I saw him on social media. I saw that he was active.
Right.
And we needed somebody to hold Sani down. So I said, Fosket,
come through.
I would want you to come on board. This is what I have on the table. You could come close to Wale. So as soon as he heard he can come close to Wale, he was more than excited to be with. So we just put him.
And he's been very, very, very resourceful.
Very active.
Shatta Bobby Fushket, very resourceful as well.
Yeah,
so you brought him onto the team.
I brought him, and the likes of Ibrahim Gausu back in UK.
Right.
I recruited him also. Basically, the two of them were supposed to be Sani Adams' management. So coming together and working with Sani, and at the time Sani was with Wale.
Yeah.
That made them to have the connection. That made them able to get to Wale through Sani.
Okay.
Because Fushket was in Ghana at the time, working with Sani every time.
Right.
So whenever Sani link up with Wale, Fushket was there. And that is how come they got to. And this my guy to Ibrahim Gausu. He's also one of the core figures, key members of the Empire.
The SM movement.
Yeah.
So this is the genesis of the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
And so you've spent a lot. How much have you spent approximately on the SM movement?
Well, I don't want to
monetary.
Like roughly, I would say like about 60,000, like 600
million old currency, 60,000.
Yes, and that includes me coming to Ghana for Rain album, going back and following him to Belgium, booking my own hotels, following him to Germany, booking my own hotels,
your flights,
everything,
like,
and
take care of everything on your own.
Everything on my own. Coming to Ghana, like when Wale released the Rain album, I put it on my page on Facebook, and I was advertising, and it was £13 every week. That was paying.
You were paying £13 every week just to advertise Wale's job.
Yeah, and I did that for about 4 months.
Wow.
For it to, for it to move. Because we needed people to get access to the link and to purchase the album. So basically, with that and some few other bits, and I remember there's a kind of, voting.
Yeah.
He calls me electoral commissioner.
Right.
When it comes to Shatta Movement, everybody knows that
you are the electoral commissioner.
I will dig in and find out and bring out whatever link or whatever award that Wale has been nominated on, be it local or international.
You will find it.
I will find it. I do my own research and I bring that out and I put it in the groups, because basically the groups were set up for this.
Right.
That we can use it to vote for him and share his music, to make everything go through. So when everything happened, basically with him and myself and these boys, me putting money in there and having come all this while, I felt like Wale himself should have analyzed to understand that it wasn't just his work, but sometimes in life, God will bring people to you.
Yeah.
They may not come in the form of having wings and flying or disappearing and coming back. But God himself will put, because he works through people, and he will bring those people to you to come and underpin your success. When God blesses you, he sends angels down and sometimes the angels comes in different forms. An angel can come in an image of a madman, and you might not even realize it. For example, when we came for the rain album, I decided that day, I remember after Xylophone Media, we were supposed to be in convoy, and I refused to go with you guys.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I didn't want to go to the back. I didn't want to go to where Wale was.
Yeah.
I wanted to be alone and be myself.
And observe.
And be among the fans and just enjoy myself.
Right.
I knew that if I go backstage, I can't be me. So I was among the fans, and at some point, when we got there, I had to buy about, say, 200 tickets.
Wow.
For the people around there, for the fans who didn't
tickets.
have money to get in there. I had to, and my driver was even being like, no, you're spending too much. And I was like, no, these are family.
Yeah.
And we need to do this for the family.
Guys.
And then at some point, excuse me to say, some of my brothers, in such Shatta Movement, you get some few ones, almost stubborn. They are stubborn.
Yeah.
So some boys, 4 of them from Navrungo, came all the way for the Rain album launch. And then, I don't know what happened, 3 of them went to smoke weed.
Yeah.
And basically, the soldiers and the police around arrested them. And one of them, who was supposed to actually intervene, actually got involved to fight the police and the army.
Yeah.
So I had to kneel down and beg them. They took the boys all the way.
I remember this incident.
I
remember.
They took them all the way to Accra Central. And I knelt down, I begged the soldiers, and they were like, who are you? Why are you? I said, like, they are my brothers. I can't let you take them away. And they asked me why. I said, if Wale was here, Wale will not let you take his fans away.
Yeah.
So if he's not here and I'm here, then
I won't let you take them away.
So in short of it, I had to dig in, pay some monies and other bit, which I can't disclose because it's not. Yeah. But then it was something that was meant to be done for the boys.
They were released.
They were released that night. I had to make sure that the boys were brought back and released because this is family. Me going home and sleeping knowing that my brothers will be behind bars is something that I couldn't stand. It wasn't worth it.
So let's, at this point, I think this thing has to be solved. Wizla Finito has to get back into the movement. Everything shows clearly he's done a lot for the movement, as well as you guys. You've also done a lot. There are a lot of Shatta Movement guys who have done extremely well for the movement. But listen to Wizla Finito's story. If there's any way you can get to them, and yes, I can get to them, and we'll do what we have to do. But guys, leave a comment, share the video. This is real experience being shared here. So finally, let's move down to your Fala Nation. I wouldn't want us to adulterate what we've just said much. So let's touch a bit on Fala Nation. That's your own movement.
Yeah.
Fala Nation. Yeah. And this is how you look with your red beret on. Is there a movement you started because you got blocked?
It's a nation, not a movement.
Okay, it's a nation.
It's a Fala Nation.
Fala Nation.
A movement, SM Empire. I thought about it before I even created the name, because one, nations comes under empire.
Right.
So, SM Empire is too big. I can't have a Fala movement.
Right. You can have Fala Nation.
I can't have a Fala Empire. I can have a Fala Nation.
Right.
Which I think is okay. And for me, I feel like belonging to a family which Wale is the father. I feel like it will get to some point as a young man, when your father gives birth to you, you must go out there, maybe after 18, 19, you have to go out there, hustle for yourself, maybe probably find a wife for yourself, give birth to some kids, maybe buy a land, build a house, have your own house.
Yeah.
Which you don't have to entirely depend on your father's property, because your father's property literally don't really belong to you.
Yeah.
Because if your father is no more, a lot of people will come, probably his brothers and other family extended and which you might encounter problems. You just want to be yourself. So for me, having Fala Nation, I feel like, one, Wale blocked me.
Right.
I didn't do nothing. It was some kids that told him block him because we see that he's not loyal. Which Wale himself, I can bet my life on, for the good person I know him to be. For the good person, I can tell you that Wale is one of the most sweetest the most, I don't know how to describe.
Yeah,
He's
positive
very
guy.
Positive people I've ever encountered in my life. So for the good person that Wale is, I can tell you that he can sit here and tell you today, if he's with me, that Wizla is probably, I won't say I am the most, but probably the most loyal person
around.
Because for some, he's giving me money so many times that I did not take. I don't need his money.
Right.
Because I feel like being in a family, if I can buy my own food, there are other brothers, I meet them on the street and they are starving. They are crying.
So that money should go to them.
It should go to them instead of coming to me. For me, I'm paying my dues to the family, which should go towards the street.
Right.
Which I believe that Shatta Movement stand in for.
Right.
So Wale himself has even said it on his wall several times. Suppose that Wizla Finito, I don't know what to do you again. If I give you money, you don't take. If I do this, I want to see you. You've been running away from me. That is me. I want to be me, but I just want to share the love.
What you have to do
and share the love.
You are the angel without wings.
And that's it. I just want to play my part and serve the family as it is, and not to be forced to do things against my will, because individually we are living a life.
Right.
Wale is living his life. He's enjoying his life. He can do everything. If he dies today, he's still got a maker to account to. And if I die today, I've got a maker to account to.
Yeah.
So I can't appear before God and say, when God asks me, why did you block Natalie? I say, oh, Wale said I should block him. That's why I did. And what if God asks me, what did Natalie do to you? What will I say? He did me nothing.
Right.
Basically, we're promoting talent. I want Wale to come out of emotional feelings and face business, and just see the family as business, and just treat the family as business,
and run it
properly for all of us to be happy.
So do you feel after building Natalie, building Joint 77, Captain, building all these guys up and letting them go, do you think it's a wasted investment?
Basically, it's a total wasted investment from the business perspective. From the emotional perspective, I don't want to talk about it.
Right, from business perspective.
I know that is what Wale is riding on.
Right.
He's being too emotional, and probably a lot of people have hurt him along the way. That probably he doesn't know who to trust and who not to trust.
So let me just cut everybody off.
So I think that that's what is going on.
Okay.
But you see, when you cut people off and you bring in the people who hurt you back into the movement. For example, Dipoti went to sell your cement. You brought him back.
Yeah.
And now he's with you. Somebody like Bulldog, we all know the story.
Right.
What happened in Germany?
Right.
And Bulldog went. He went with anger. But now Bulldog is back in there. Somebody like Arabi, I'm sorry to say this, for Arabi, he's my brother. I love him so much. But you see, when you are in a family, you don't sell out the family.
Right.
No matter whatever has happened, you don't come out and talk about the family in a very nasty way.
Right.
For him to have come out to say Shatta Michi is a lesbian, people have been sleeping with her in the clubs, in cars and other places, and even to go to the far extent of saying that even Shatta Wale's son, Majesty, probably is not Wale's son, but it be Arabi in son, which basically tells me, being a Ghanaian and cultured person, say when you were even living in my house, you were sleeping with my wife. If you can say on social media, say, my wife, my son is not mine, I should go and do DNA, and that possibly the son will be your son. That means when you were in my house, you were sleeping with my wife. So that's such a person. Me, I can't entertain them in my house anymore. For Wale to be bold enough to bring people like Arabi, which I see as no for we. I see he said, now if you can do this, then not somebody like Natalie where you say the time where you know get car safe, it be in way now you they use in car to do rounds. It not be me talk. I'm not the one saying this. Wale said it actually by himself on air.
Right.
That when he didn't have a car, he was making use of Natalie's car. So is it because today you have Range Rovers all over that you have to sack Natalie? He's hurt. We are all hurt. Joint personally is hurt too.
Right.
He's hurt. When you Wale, you had nowhere to sleep. You yourself, you said it in your live video that you were sleeping in Joint 77's father's house in Dansuman. He took you there. You were eating there, sleeping there, bathing there.
Right.
So if he had left you on the street as at that time, you will not probably have become Shatta Wale. Nobody will know you. So people have actually contributed to your success,
right?
And you must acknowledge them. And if joints have sat with you in a gutter to eat, and he had hope, and he did not give up, and it's not when you were bandana, but when you were doggy, and you were not even bandana, to the days of bandana, to cross the borders, cross over to Shatta Wale. And if you can easily give him up because simply he's going to take visa without actually telling you, I think it's just way out of emotions. It's way out of. I think this is something we can solve.
So do you think there should be a sitting for everybody to be appeased? Like people who have left with pain, like you said, Joint is pained, you are pained, Natili is hurt, Bulldog left hurt by his back, Arabi left hurt in his back. All these people with pain within them, do you think there should be a sit down for all the pains to be cleared traditionally, for things to be in order?
Culturally, I think it should. Socially, I think it should. And that will be the most important thing for us. To bring the whole family back. Because when I came to Ghana last year, pardon me, I went to Wale's house, and I told him categorically that, look, Wale, I'm on the street. People are crying. People are hurt. I'm begging you. Try and bring people like Shatta Juwade, Shatta Sly, and Stone and all these boys. Bone. Just find 1 month and
Lonzy
Blade. You understand? People like him, people like Malam Hupoti, and all these boys. Even if the person you think you can't trust anymore, you can't work with, you just find 1 month and say, this month is Shatta Movement Unity Month. So go to Shatta Juwade's house, just take 1 snap, go there, my brother, I'm back. I want us, just maybe 1 Monday, oh, I'm here, let's celebrate. Pour some small liberation, just bring the family together, hug your brother, leave. If it is to do with Shatta Sly, he's in US. Call him on phone, or maybe when you are there, just call him. Let's link up. You get me? Try and just, Wale can do this. It's not like he can't do.
He can.
It's something that is very, very possible.
And it's doable.
That is doable. I know the person I'm talking about. I know his heart. I know how, caring he is, and I know how loving he is, and I know if you want to do something, he can do it. So I told him he should bring the family together because I saw fire burning, boiling, water coming. And I told him if things are not done properly, things might go wrong. So Bawale told me that, look, Wizla, you see these boys, I can't trust them. I don't know, these boys come in, maybe they can even come and poison me. I don't know somebody that
which is possible.
Which is very possible. And for me, I understood him at that very point in time. But I had a little bit disappointment because for somebody like Rupoti, I went to him, he was crying at Alajo. He showed me his tattoo. Look, SM for life. Bro, tell Wale, make it bring me back. So me witnessing this, I thought, Charlie, let's kill the pain. Let's put emotions aside
and bring everybody together
on board.
So you are calling for this to be done.
I'm calling Wale today. I know he will watch this.
Oh, definitely.
He knows how my heart beats towards him. He knows I love him so much. And I know how much he loves me. I want him to reassess and re-strategize himself and make some considerations.
And fix things.
Because he's a father. And in Akan, you say it's Akola, and you go nice one.
Yeah.
You understand? So being a father, sending your kids out, where are they going to sleep? They will be forced to do pow, kaya yo, whatever, some track pushing some to survive. And that's exactly what the militants are doing now. Because Wale is the one that's like them. For instance, let me tell you, Wale has just, is a business empire, right? And Wale took Adiself, Joints, and Natili when they were nobody. And made them into stars. Superstars, I would say. He gave them image, fame. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, Wale is angry and says, go. I don't need you again. Go. I'm angry into court. You can't do business like that. If indeed it's business then you must consider business before emotions.
Right. But what if there are hidden issues that we are all not aware of, for which reason he sacked them?
And you know, such hidden issues, no, and that is what I'm trying to talk about. There could be hidden issues which I understand and I agree with you, but then I know hidden issues to be issues when there are issues to do with issues to do deep, like Obi, somebody suggesting that they slept with your wife. You can't bring them back to your home. They might be sleeping with your daughter.
Right.
If somebody can tell you that your son is not your son, go and do DNA, it's my son, that person is headlocked on with you on a woman. And if you can take that person back, then I don't see what hidden issues you can't solve in a family.
Right.
Like me, Wale blocked me and I'm still pushing his work. I'm still pushing SM and I'm still loving everybody and I have got no issues with anybody.
No issues.
Natalie hasn't got issues with anybody. Adisal hasn't got. They
Captain Shaibu.
They all Joint has even done a song and to my brother, my friend. Thanksgiving. You see, you can't do this. You can't hurt people who love you. Wale owe us loyalty. He must understand that loyalty is in two ways.
Two ways.
We cannot owe him loyalty when he owes us no loyalty.
Right.
I see him. He's a king. He's a father. But a father brings his children, as a Kokoba time, the hen. When the hawk is coming, the hen sits on his children to protect them.
Right.
But you don't send them away. When you do that, then you even telling the hawk and other eagles to come and take your kids away, which you don't need that.
Wizla, we'll pause here. We should be getting into other things like your music and all, but I think this is enough to do the job. I beg you, I would host you on a different interview. We'll talk about your music. At least we made mention of Fala. There's no way we can miss this up with other businesses.
Right,
yes, Wizla Finito. Thank you very much for coming through. You know, you've been a real brother. Guys, this is not just how he's not talking for camera. This is how he is. I mean, I've had encounters with him several times at my office. This is Wizla Finito. Real guy. Realest real guy. So we'll take what he has said, take it seriously, and let's do what we have to do. Thank you once again for coming through. By the meantime, follow Fala Nation. Fala Nation. Wizla Finito on Facebook. Wherever you can find him, just follow. Go on Twitter, follow him as well. My name is Arnold. Elavanyo. You can always call me, bro.
You see? To the what? Fala.
Fala.